So thought, in fact, the Ministry of External Affairs has now released a statement elaborating on the meeting between Prime Minister Modi and President Putin on the sidelines of the SCO Summit. The MEA said that the leaders discussed bilateral cooperation, including in the economic, financial and energy sectors, and expressed satisfaction with the sustained growth in bilateral ties in these areas as well. The Ministry of External Affairs has also shared that Prime Minister Modi and President Putin also discussed regional and global issues, including the latest developments concerning Ukraine. Prime Minister Modi reiterated his support for the recent initiatives that have been taken to address the conflict in Ukraine and emphasized the need to expedite a cessation of the conflict and find a durable peace settlement. General Kocher, coming back to you, sir. Our deal, our energy demands with Russia continue to stand. Let's also not forget that India also signed a nuclear understanding with the United States in 2008. It also signed a number of other deals, including transfer of technology in 2008, which only remained on paper and never came through. It was Russia that has followed each and every agreement that India has signed with it, and each and every situation where India has been involved with in terms of terrorism or Pakistan or global backlash, Russia has always backed us. This goes to tell you that how important this relationship is for India and how important this relationship is for Russia as well. We have proved through our actions that we are not going to succumb to American pressure to spoil our relationship with the Russians.
Very right. We need to see, if you look at what kind of relationships we have had with Russia, we have seen it happening on the ground. The BrahMos is one example I would like to give you straight away, that how this BrahMos program actually developed, and today how it has been a game changer as far as the Operation Sindoor was concerned. So this is how a relationship is actually built up, not in the manner, though I would like to say that we have tried to maintain a very good relation with the United States. We had the ISAT, we had the Compact, we have a number of agreements. COSA is a communication agreement, MEA is a logistic agreement, but all these agreements have to be tested on ground, and the test was when the Americans failed in their supply schedule for the jet air engines. For the last 2.5 years, the Americans have stopped the supply of the jet air engines to India. That was an area of very great concern. A number of times the Raksha Mantri and the External Affairs Minister have actually raised the issues with their American counterparts, but we have not seen very great progress on that. So it gives us an implication that America cannot be taken on its face value, and we cannot rely on America like what happened in Operation Sindoor. We didn't have the support of the Americans with us, and Americans took on to the Pakistani side more than they took on the Indians. We will not find this thing happening with Russia, and especially I would like to mention here space technology, because space is one area where India is looking for a defense satellite which can match the Baidu, which the Russians have, which the Chinese have. They have a constellation of around 45 satellites, which they gave to Pakistan. That information on the Indians, on the deployments, each and everything was known to the Pakistanis, whereas we didn't have that sort of a capability. So I think from the Russian point of view, we are looking at satellite navigation. It's called GLONASS. So this GLONASS system, we are trying to get into collaboration with the Russians, and it is going to be a game changer. Secondly, artificial intelligence, pharmaceuticals, metallurgy, railways, electronics, agriculture. There are a large number of fields apart from defense, because defense is one segment which is totally dominated by the Russians. As far as India is concerned, slowly we have reduced our dependence now to Russians. Now it's only 32%. It used to be earlier, you say, around 65 to 70%. Now the dependence on the Russian equipment is going down, because we are modernizing and buying new equipment other than Russians. So this is going to happen because we don't want to put all eggs into one basket. At the same time, Russians, we can trust them, and I feel the trajectory where the Prime Minister is going, and especially when you talk about Ukraine, 2 days back, Prime Minister Modi spoke to Zelensky, and today he meets Putin. So you can see the stature of our Prime Minister as far as his efforts in trying to broker a peace between Ukraine and Russia. It may not be that easy because United States is a prominent player in this dream deal, and there would be a certain amount of security guarantees involved. So, but what is important is we can push the Russians to come and sit down with the Ukrainian and at least talk it out, because that much I think India can do, and India is doing it. And Zelensky has also been invited to visit India. He has accepted the invitation, so we'll find Zelensky also
Right.
coming to
You're
India.
right.